One day, Walt called my boss, Roger Brogy Sr., and myself over to the studio, and he wanted to show us something, and he was very irritated. We went in this little room. Here's this pathetic animated Lincoln sitting there, covered with red hydraulic fluid, and a wall behind it where there was guys helping it to get out of a chair. And Walt was very irritated because I found out later these guys had spent a long time doing animation in a very conventional way. In other words, that is to say, heavy iron, much like the World's Fair robotic caveman. In other words, nothing very advanced, even though in parallel at that time we were developing the figures for the General Electric Carousel of Progress. Anyway, Walt pointed to this thing and said, "Bobby, I want twice as many moves and half as much weight, and you got to get started now." Because I'm basically a car guy, an airplane guy, and I would see mechanical parts in a little bit different manner. I didn't see Lincoln as an animated figure. I saw it as an airplane. And I thought, Lincoln can be an airplane. This way I can have a space frame that's going to be very, very efficient as far as its size. And we can take the information we already learned on the General Electric figures, and I can make this thing lighter and stiffer and better and taller and neater. As you can appreciate, Lincoln is a very tall, skinny guy. The next criteria that I had to learn was, oh my gosh, human beings, where do the bearings go? You know, where do the motions go? But in those days, we had no computers. We just simply did this all by hand. We had no time to make an assembly drawing on paper before building anything. In those days, we'd start building anything, anywhere, anytime, and do the assembly drawings after we did the figure. Now, like this drawing here was drawn months after Lincoln had been running for quite a while, because we thought, gee, we're going to have to know what we did. So this is backwards. Well, we build it, and then it runs, and then we draw it. I'm not kidding you. That's the way we worked. So like Lincoln was a sort of like a 90-day, do it while you do everything else, but don't stop everything else while you're doing it kind of a thing. But everybody in WED was doing the same deal. We all worked on everything.